If you have a job, you might have fringe benefits available to you. I'm Dallas and I'm a writer for Clark.com. I'm here today with our human resources expert to talk about what exactly fringe benefits are.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Jennings and I'm the HR manager at Clark Howard Inc. And I've been doing HR for about 5 years.
So to get started, Rebecca, what exactly are fringe benefits?
Fringe benefits are pretty much anything outside of your standard paycheck that can have monetary value.
Can you list a few examples of what fringe benefits may include?
So it's everything from your sick days, vacation days, any type of PTO, and it can be like your health savings plan. A lot of them have added benefits. So if you work out, you can get, like for instance, our plan, if you work out, you can log your workouts and then you can collect points. And those points you can redeem for things like gift cards. We have some doctors that you can see for free, like we have mental health experts that you can see like a certain amount for free. So there's a big variety of benefits.
What is the best way to get a benefit that isn't available?
A lot of companies are really open to employee feedback. That's been a big trend. Companies really wanting to make sure employees feel valued and feel like they're being heard. So if there's something that you don't see at your company, ask for it. If you want to set up a meeting with your HR person, if you feel really strongly about something, ask. If a lot of places do yearly surveys or quarterly surveys, and they're usually anonymous, but the business will ask for comments and feedback, and people read that. So if there's something you want to see, ask. And a lot of times, especially if it comes up more than once, places will adjust and make sure that they update what they're doing. But yeah, we're always happy to listen to feedback.
So as HR, how have you dealt with requested benefits in the past?
The last company I worked for had a gym on site and people loved it. And due to some like liability issues with, I believe it was the weights that freaked out the insurance company, they had to take the gym away. And so when I got there, of course, I got it. All the people, when I started, people were upset because the gym was gone. So I got to deal with that. But we were able to adjust, and we brought on so many people gave us that feedback that we were then able to look at our budget and adjust. And we brought on a yoga instructor on site. The employees loved it. I mean, we had such positive feedback. It was also a dog-friendly place, so the dogs did yoga with us. I mean, what could be better than that? So yeah, just ask for it and people will make it work, even if it's not like exactly the same thing it was before. We want our employees to be happy. So.
Do you have advice for getting the most out of your fringe benefits?
A lot of times these are presented when an employee starts. They get a new hire orientation, and they're bombarded with all kinds of information. And usually a portion of that is all your benefits. And so you're hearing it at the same time you're trying to, log into your computer, use the new software that this new place uses. So it's really overwhelming. So I think it's always good to you can check in with your HR specialist and just set up a meeting. I mean, we should be available to you whatever you want, So if you want to just chat with me, find out what your benefits are, I'm always happy to go through them with employees and do refreshers. I try to also do a refresher like at least once a year of general benefits for people, because you get siloed into your work. I think doing refreshers for people is nice, but just set up a meeting with your HR person. When you're looking at different HR like perks at your company, think outside the box a little bit too, especially if there's things you're already doing in your personal life. Like let's say you already are doing donations to your favorite charity. A lot of places, especially big corporations, they'll match it. So even though they're not directly giving the money to you, you're still maximizing the good you are already doing. And then I would just always, my biggest thing for employees, people don't use all their PTO, and I wish, I don't know why it's like part of our culture to not use your time off, because when you do take time to reset, you get more work done once you've come back. I mean, I think it's great to, take all your time that you've earned. And I will say, it's also very important to take all of your paternity leave, dads, if you're offered it, because if you don't take it right at that time, you're not going to take it. Like my husband's company, they gave him up to a year to take his paternity leave, and he never used it. He used like a few days, and then life happened. He had projects. So use your time. And then just one more thing that is just like my biggest HR pet peeve is, please, if your company offers matching for your 401k, please meet the match goal. That's free money. So at Clark Howard Inc., we match up to a certain percent, and we try to encourage all of our employees to match up to that. And make sure if you work for like a big box company, a lot of times they have it where you have to opt into the match. So they want to like wow you with all their benefits, but when it actually comes down to giving them to you, they can be a little sneaky. So I automatically enroll people in the full match, and it's up to them if they want to like lower it or change it. But a lot of companies, you have to find out what the match is and opt into it. So don't lose out on free money. Just drives me cuckoo. Like, get your money, people. And it grows so much over time. I mean, can you tell I work for Clark?
No, that's great. That's awesome. Whenever it comes to your HSA and FSA, what are some things that you can do to maximize those benefits?
FSA are flexible spending accounts, and HSA are health savings accounts. They're similar, so it's pre-tax money that you put in from your paycheck, and you can use it on. They differ a little based on which one you have, but you can use it on a variety of healthcare needs, healthcare items, or for like the FSA, you can use it on also like childcare, dependent care. So, but you're not having to pay tax on it. So that's also good, because that's also like free money. And your employer should have lists of everything that can be used for each different plan. But the health savings account, they are a little, even though the other one's called flexible, I almost think the health savings one is a little more flexible. It's not like a use it or lose it thing. They can build on themselves over time. You don't lose the money if you don't spend it right away. The FSA, typically for most places have it set up that you have to use it within a year. And it's not adjustable. So if you say, let's say your plan starts every year in January. So if you say, oh, I want my to contribute $100 per month, you can't then a month later be like, no, never mind, I want $20. It is set in stone. But with the FSA, you can also use it on childcare. So there's definitely good parts to both, but with FSA, you also, you do use it or lose it. So it's like a little more like risky, I guess. I don't know. I have a kid, and you're always gonna need money for doctors and ear infections and all kinds of things. So it's not that big of a risk for someone like me. And then for the HSA, it has to be with like a certain kind of health plan. You can't just have it willy-nilly. It has to be with a high deductible plan. So there's rules for both, but if they're offered, it's a great option to save money because you're not having to pay tax on it. And there's limits to both, but your employer should have like all the rules for each laid out.
Okay, well, that's what I was going to say. It's going to be a conversation with your HR person about which one's best for you, and learning if it is a use it or lose it, making sure that you're getting the most out of those benefits before they're gone.
Yeah, because it's not, you're not saving anything if you're losing it. So, yeah.
What's your final advice for taking advantage of fringe benefits?
I think the number one thing is use your time, use all your PTO time you have available. and communicate with your company if there's something else you want, if there's something you think would add value to you yourself or other employees. Speak up, because we want our people to be happy. Companies like retention, turnover is expensive, and we want people to be happy. Happier people do better work. People want their employees to feel valued, and so hopefully everyone listens to feedback, hopefully.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk about all of this today. And remember, you can always find more helpful information for your wallet at clark.com.